And a good Tuesday evening to you folks. I'm Tom Kvicka. We're going to talk weather for a little while. I've got lots to talk about, so I'll try to keep it as short but thorough as I can. Looking at the Alexandria Tower cam, looks beautiful out there as we look to the west. There's traffic moving back and forth there in the distance there from Texas Street. A hot day, hot and mostly sunny day for today. Let's go down to now toward Leesville. We've got a mostly sunny sky in that direction. Let's go the opposite way over towards Stellies and St. Landry Parish there near LeBeau. We've got a little bit more cloudiness and not too far to the east of there in the Baton Rouge area. There's some showers and thunderstorms that are moving toward the west and southwest. So we'll look at radar in just a bit. Talking about this over the next several minutes, a pattern change arrives Wednesday. If you've been listening to my weathercast and Nick, you know that is what we're talking about. So it's starting tomorrow. Two fronts are involved in this. I'm going to go ahead and bring a composite outflow boundary in front through tomorrow, and then another one on Monday will come in out of the north. So how about an August with two fronts and a lot of grass growing? Quite different from the past few years, though. Active tropics, so we've got a couple of things out there that we're watching. And right now, not any of it in our forecast, but we watch it very closely. You can see one cluster of storms moving southwest into southwestern Mississippi. This could clip into portions of Concordia, Avoyelles, and Parish. This northern edge of this one could move into St. Landry during the evening hours. So our rain chance is not 0%. Notice that we're without that southeasterly flow aloft that touched off the storms yesterday. Today, we just don't see much happening. It's all shifted to the west, but you see storms gathering to the north, a little front attached to a low there across portions of the nation's heartland. That is weather that will come here tomorrow because it is moving to the south. All right, and then of course this is Hurricane Erin off the east coast of the United States, the northeast of Bermuda of the Bahamas. Okay, overall setup here for tomorrow. Here's that pattern change. Energy coming in out of the north now as the upper level pattern has changed. And this is an upper level pattern. I don't really have time to explain to you, but this same upper level pattern that's bringing showers and storms in from the north and that little composite front for your Wednesday is the same pattern that is going to cause a trough to dig across the eastern portion of the country and hold Erin at bay. So there won't be a landfall on the East Coast now. So the East Coast will feel some effects. Erin's a large storm, and so there will be some effects. But it could be a lot worse. So flash flood risk for tomorrow from the WPC. We have a marginal category 1 out of 4 with that change coming in. Could be some heavy thunderstorms. So I'm going to go through your future cast here. Not much happening this evening. Can't completely rule out a few showers and thunderstorms over those areas that I mentioned, east and south east of the Alexandria Pineville metro area. As we go into Wednesday morning, it's back to work and school. No issues there, just muggy. And once we get into the day, Wednesday, not too much happening in the first part of the day, but as we get into the PM, we'll start to see showers and thunderstorms increase, and then we'll see storms develop and increase and head southward with that composite boundary there for your Thursday at late afternoon and evening, Wednesday, and then Thursday morning back to work and school. All that weather has passed to the south of us, and nothing too bad there for Thursday. Could be a little patchy fog in some areas that get the best rains. So a Wednesday rainfall pattern in detail, ranging from about a 50 to 70%. I don't try to be too cute with the forecast there because that's a pretty hard thing to forecast. But it does say that rain chances everywhere will be moderate to high for this time of year. They will be in the PM. Common amounts will be less than an inch, but depending on the organization. Now, if it's more organized than I think it will be, then the common amounts will be higher than that. But regardless, I think 2 to 3 inches will be possible in some locations. It'll be highly variable. One of those things 2 miles away from you, they may get 2 inches. You may not get anything, or you might get a tenth. So, all right, so that, but also some high rates. That 2 to 3 inches, or at least 1 to 3 of it, could happen in a few of these storms by an hour or less of time duration. And I also want to add here that a few of those storms could be strong, if not severe. So keep that in mind. It's a strong wind possible, and these storms will probably be loud with frequent lightning strikes. So the tropical outlook, the stirring potential for Erin, going right in that alleyway that I continue to tell folks that where it's going, but it's large enough where the East Coast is going to feel some effects from it. So there's a surge warning in a couple of places, a tropical storm warning and watches in a few areas there. But that is what we've got going on. And likewise for Bermuda. So it's caught between these two weather systems there, kind of a steering alley for it. So Hurricane Erin, let's put that into motion. This is the Hurricane Center track with this. As you can see, that recurvature as that weather from the northwest comes in and turns the hurricane, keeps it away from the east coast as a direct landfall. Again, this is the cone of uncertainty. This is not the wind field of the storm. All right, so the wind field is larger than what this cone of uncertainty is. 2 out of 3 times the hurricane will be somewhere within that area. Okay, 1 out of 3 times it will be outside of the cone. Okay, so that's a guideline you can use from here on out about what that cone actually means. So here are the details. 615 miles south-southeast of Cape Hatteras, North Carolina. Maximum sustained winds of 105, central pressure 28.29, and that makes it I'm going to call it a Cat 2 plus. That's on the higher end of Category 2 strength. Movement is toward the north-northwest at 330 degrees, representing, it was about 310, 315 yesterday. Still the same speed at 10 miles an hour, so it still is making a little bit of that right turn. Erin is larger than most Atlantic hurricanes. Hurricane force winds extend up to 80 miles away from the center, and tropical storm force winds extend up to 230 miles from the center in places. All right, rip current potential. This is going to be one of the main effects. High waves, going to be some big battering waves there on the East Coast. Rip currents are quite dangerous. I used not to take them too seriously until I heard about how many people die in rip currents. All right, so that's all along the east coast of the United States. There's going to be a high surf, rip currents, and again, from the presence of the storm. Nearby Outer Banks of North Carolina has some of those warnings. In fact, even some places farther north from there. Tropical interest areas, 30% there in the far eastern Atlantic, and we're looking at still at this 60% for this system there, and I'm hoping, I'm optimistic maybe that might be one that stays away from us as well, but only time will really tell. But Nick and I will be watching it for sure. So 60% chance average of showers and thunderstorms coming into the area for tomorrow from the north. I'm going to call that a front. It's going to be a composite. It's going to be a little front, and it's going to be outflow boundary from the convection coming in from the north. It'll be very hot before that rain cool system comes in, so that energy is going to feed some of the severity of the event. That's why we're expecting some locally heavy rain and maybe even a couple of warnings or something like that, if not warnings, then strong storms. 70% for Thursday, 40% Friday. Not much happening for your weekend. Second front possible Monday with a question mark, and then Tuesday 30%. Thanks for being with me. Nick will see you in the morning, and I'll be back in the PM tomorrow.